All right, what is up? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Mario Kart World Cup 2021.
Let's
Again,
go,
it's your boy
man.
Squidz, and today we will be covering an interesting match. We have Team Scotland versus Team Luxembourg, and as I'm sure you were able to hear, I'm not alone, of course. I'm joined by Pyrus. What is up, bro?
What is up, man? The start of a new season, new World Cup, new champions, new everything.
Yeah, and this match in particular, I'm really interested for because we have Scotland versus Luxembourg, and so both teams, Luxembourg and Scotland, they've only played one match. And
Mm,
both of their matches were against Hong Kong, Taiwan, where they both won. So both teams are currently sitting 1-0-0. Earlier today, Luxembourg beat Hong Kong, Taiwan by 46, and on the Endgame TV Twitch, I'm not sure if you saw, but Scotland beat Hong Kong, Taiwan by I think it was around 80. So
good points.
if we're just going by like, statistics via that, then you would think Scotland would have the upper hand. But I mean, Scotland, right?
Hmm.
I'm going to be completely honest. I don't know all too much about Team Scotland this year. What I do know is there are quite a lot of players who are currently clanless who are playing in Team Scotland this year, which does kind of worry me a bit because I can't help but wonder how much experience, how much chemistry do these Scottish players have with each other?
That's one thing that's really important in this game. This chemistry. It's seen time and time again with teams that, come up and die and just completely just die
Mhm.
out because it's important to like the players you play with. You can't really just throw a bunch of people together and have them expect to win the World Cup just like that. It's all
Mhm.
about having history and having, the momentum you care with each other. So I'm not very sure how well these
Yeah.
lineups played with each other.
I heard that. You're about to say these. All right. Well, yeah. Speaking of history, as you can see on the left, this is Team Scotland's first World Cup
Yeah, this
by
is the first time
themselves.
I'm seeing top Team Scotland, and the more teams the better. I'm not
Yeah,
too picky about who plays and who doesn't.
of course. And with Ewan, we can see he is the captain this year. It's got to be
Mhm.
asked, so outside of the track, there, Ewan will be leading the team, but I'm kind of expecting him to be leading the team at the front of the pack on the track too, because I think it's kind of without a doubt, Ewan is Team Scotland's best player. I mean, we just saw him drop 154 against Hong Kong, Taiwan, which is absolutely insane.
Insane,
So,
and that's
so team,
exactly what a leader should be doing. Just taking charge and just making sure your team knows what's going on at all times.
and now with Team Luxembourg as well. If we just quickly swap to that lineup, we have Yasn, Sam, Kapku, Kiwi, Mayonetta, and Cerberus, which I do believe was actually almost a completely different lineup than what they brought against Hong Kong, Taiwan earlier today. Uh, this history, they've kind of been hovering around these mid to lowish spots in the World Cup, but Team Luxembourg is definitely one of those teams who are most certainly improving.
A hundred
Kapku,
percent.
yeah, Kapku, currently the MVP. I guess it doesn't really mean too much because it's only been one match and it was only above 46. But you know, we know how it is this year. It's super the play-in stage. It's super brutal because there's five, maybe even six teams in your group, and only the top two will make it out into the top 20 when you make it to the group stages. So it's pretty brutal, and this match is super important for both teams.
And speaking of, it looks like the room is starting with a cheap Moo split down the road in first race, and Moo does get picked. I actually thoroughly enjoy Moo. Um, I'm not very sure how good it is for any spots, so I'm willing to learn how this goes. It's picking this for. Do we know who the host was by any chance?
Well, we know it was Team Scotland who was hosting.
Okay,
I
so
don't know exactly who it was, but yeah, this track very very dependent on pulling shrooms in the mid pack at the
hmm
start of this race because not only are there only two item sets on this entire track, but there's not all too many
Yeah,
shortcuts to take either, apart from this obvious one we
that
just passed
one
now.
grass cut's the only thing you got to catch up. Otherwise, it's completely running track.
Hmm.
And that's very interesting to know because the track is so short. So it's easy to just keep first after one lap because shock key isn't very useful on this map, honestly. It's very hard to get in such a short amount of time. And
We see Aito holding a shroom in 8th place halfway through lap 2, and I am getting some information that there are a few frame drops in the stream, so I apologize for that. We might want to see if we can swap to Yasn's stream, because I do know Yasn is also um, streaming too. If ever we can, we'll try and swap to that.
mm,
I think this actually might just be as bad. You know what? It's fine. We'll make it work. Either way, Yasn currently in 6th place with 2 shrooms. Honestly, Yasn might be in a decent spot here. Triple shrooms in 7th,
being able
taking
to
the
swing.
shortcut here. The
Oh,
one thing I am a
he
bit concerned about.
does
Oh no!
flub of the shortcut a little bit, which isn't too bad because he's still able to get this box and still catch up.
I mean, yeah, pulling a star that's pretty big. Same with Sam too. Remaining seeing a lot of Luxembourg players in these mid spots. I'm also seeing quite a lot of top spots
Top
from. Never
two.
mind. Wow, top two, five,
Very
six,
good for
seven.
Luxembourg.
Top two,
And one
five,
thing I
six.
do have to say, I love the character representation in this match. Um, Coming from, like higher divisions, they like to go for Waluigi, but
Mhm.
I love seeing just off meta character picks because that just shows more personality in this game. And we
Yeah.
do need that more in this game than ever. But no, very good race for Luxembourg. Starting out strong, showing their presence with their top two.
And they're opting to go for Sherbetland, which I know is a track they enjoy quite a lot, especially with a few top spots.
Especially with the
Sherbetland,
character picks, like that's good for their
yeah, of course,
acceleration. Um,
yeah,
you
and
know
their traction as well.
exactly, and I can see them just abusing these off character picks with their unique track picks, and that's really good for them. But
Yeah,
we do go to
most
Yoshi
definitely.
Circuit. Yoshi Circuit is one weird track in this game. I can tell you that it is like the bottom of the barrel type of track because it is very, very easy to pull a bill and just use this bill spot up here in the waterfall that just takes you halfway across the lap, which is super broken in this
I
game.
mean, you say it's easy to pull a bill, but you can't pull a bill if there's already 3 bills in play. So
That's true. It's who races to whoever gets the bill first.
yeah, Yazin getting quite a fortunate pull there, instantly shrooming into first place. And as far as Yazin's concerned, she is gonna want to try and keep this defense and keep this front presence as soon as possible. And if possible, as soon as I say that, the green is already gone.
You don't need it. It's fine. There's boxes galore on this map. There's always options to get different items and make sure you're never just have a coin in first and nothing else. You always want to make sure you have a protection. And
Oh,
man, it gets booed again. This game does not want him to have a protection at all, or
I mean,
her. I'm
it's
sorry.
looking like 1-3 right now for Team Luxembourg. I'm pretty sure that Luigi is
Very
Scotland.
interesting.
It might be a 1-3-4 right now for Team Luxembourg, but we got to look out the back of the
There's the
pack, and
boom
the blue
play.
shell
Ooh,
does
yeah,
get
slung down
thrown.
Moody. Some competition here in the front, making sure to not get any of her teammates at all. But looks like some presence from both teams here. 3-4 for Scotland, but she does unfortunately get redded. Shock does come into play. Very interesting to see what's gonna go down. Whose shock exactly that was? Blue shell indicates
Oh,
that
and
Scotland is in first.
I'm not sure if you saw that on the mini map, but someone did attempt to take the bill strat. However, their bullet bill ended early, and so that shock. So yeah, I think this shock is doing absolute wonders, and for the 3rd time this race, a
A
ghost on Yasn.
boo and on does spam her star just in time to avoid the race ends up. I don't know.
Yeah,
Scotland
yeah.
top 146.
Yeah,
That
I
is
mean,
huge.
as you said before this race started, Sharks and Bills are really pretty damn overpowered on this track just because of how long the bullet bills last, and dodging a shock on top of that is just it's just GG.
Especially, it's easy to just have triple shrooms behind your bill, and there's just so many grass cuts on this track to the point where it's hard to catch up after a shock is used without having any shrooms.
All right. So we are going to take a very quick break. We are understanding there are a few frame drops. So to fix that, we're going to attempt to restart the stream. Hopefully we won't be too long, but we will
We'll be
be
back
right
for a
back.
second.
Yeah, don't go anywhere.
Right back, guys.
Alrighty, what is up, guys? We have returned, and again, we do apologize for these frame issues. We're trying to fix these little gremlins if possible, but for now, we will keep on trucking. As it's currently Reese holding out the fort for Scotland in first on Wario Stadium, and dude, it's not even been 15 seconds, and Yasn
we
already
come
been
back
ghosted.
to
Oh my
see
god!
her getting her items booed,
Oh,
but there
and the
is the
shot
shock.
coming in as well. So whoever dodged that shock, well,
Scotland,
enjoy that banana
but
and
there is
enjoy
a
that
blue
red,
shell.
Yasn.
Oh, this is just Mario Kart at the end of the lap right here. Just shock, blue, boo. You're just not keeping your spots.
I mean, you say that Yassin's currently in second place with the red and a horn. Spams the horn.
Holding
I
down the
I
fort.
think that actually connected with Ewan. So that was a huge horn there. Scotland did keep first, but what else did they get after that shock? 1-4-6-9,
Just a bunch
bottom
of mixed
two.
spots that wasn't able to capitalize too well on the shock right there. And that's very interesting because this track is such a running track, and it's hard to catch up without like any shock. So I'm surprised that the shock didn't really do much for their team right there.
I mean, whoever dodged in that ghost, yeah, they dodged the shock, but as I said, they only stole a banana from Yazin. So if that person stole, like, I don't know, a star or triple shrooms, or hell, just even more
Triple
offensive
reds.
items like reds, yeah, that could have been an entirely different result. So yeah, good job from Team Luxembourg there. Good damage mitigation. It's
One
going to be
thing
a
I do
really
have to compliment Yasn on is holding down second after all, even after
yeah.
all that, getting booed, a blue coming for first. You have to make sure you avoid that, and you have to make sure you're not going to get hit by after the shock. Very good for her holding
Mm.
down the fort for her team right there.
All right, so now after three, Team Scotland are actually up by 6 after that gigantic Yoshi circuit race. Team Luxembourg did edge back 6 points there, so it's now only 6 points rather than 12, the differential. Going into Dragon Driftway, this was a Team Scotland pick, right? Because I know Team Scotland do like this track.
Yeah, very interesting for first. It's very easy just to take the NISC. One of the most essential shortcuts to know in this game, because
Well,
if you fail it, you lose a lot of time. And it's looking like Scotland's going to be able to take this for free, especially pushing out second, so there's no bumps for first at all.
yeah, and with this NISC as well, it kind of invalidates that that shortcut, that grass patch to cut off there, which
Mhm.
essentially only really means the sole shortcut on this track is just that last turn, as we do see Yazin getting the short end of that end of the stick in that interaction.
Oh, but it does look like Juan in first does get hit, and there is a Luigi in first now, which is
That's
very
Callum
interesting. Okay, so that's
for Team Scotland.
Team Scotland right there. Okay, but Luigi is all the way back here now.
Back you go.
Blink of an eye. Whoa! I just turned away for 1 second. Luigi's not in first anymore. Very interesting.
You see some
Why?
blood being spilled. Good red shot from Yazin, and
And
that
there's
horn. Wow.
Yasn coming up in the pack again and just holding down the fort for her team.
Yeah, that horn pull was pretty damn clutch, and now it's just first
Fireballs.
place right now for Team Scotland.
The game, she's like, here, get this person out of first. I know you want to.
Oh,
With the
that
bomb.
bomb taking out Yoshi as well, though. So a 1-for-1 as Yoshi gets comboed.
And there's a lot of Luxembourg in these middle spots here, and there's the
Oh,
blue, the also
yeah.
dreaded blue shell.
I'm not looking how Team Scotland are sitting right now.
Oh, perfect item. The boo, which lets you have about like 15 seconds of invincibility. So just in case there's any last minute shocks, like Yasn's able to avoid this really easily.
Yeah.
But
On lap 3 as well. You know,
Scotland,
I did just say I don't like how Team Scotland are sitting, but hell, I think I might be wrong because this could potentially be a top 4. And you know what? I think it damn well is. Top 4 for Team Scotland, 5-6 for Team Luxembourg. Very, very
the
late
top,
shock.
wow,
Oh, that's a bottom 4 for the
that's
Luxembourgs.
that is unfortunate, man. They were just too late to pull the shock. You see the shock lap 4 here, and you're just gonna have to wonder who had the shock and when did they pull it, and like why weren't they able to capitalize on it?
Yeah, I would imagine that was Team Luxembourg who pulled that shock. Probably at the last set, at which point it was just too late. They couldn't really do anything off it. And, well, that is why Team Scotland, they love that track. I didn't see who it was in first who got a pretty free run. I would not be surprised if it was Ewan.
Mhm.
It can be fairly easy to run on that track due to what I said before, with there not being too many shortcuts and that NISC. Making that NISC 3 for 3 does shave a lot of time, as now they're opting to go for Mute City with top 4.
Mute City. That's a very interesting track because the starting for first is very finicky, which how the bumps are,
Mhm.
especially since you have to go for the coins on the side. But it doesn't look like you need to worry about all that because you're going to Cheeseland, the one of the most bagging tracks in the entire game, and someone's getting a shock here. Possibly even two shocks are being being pulled here because this track is just the bagfest galore.
Yep, do not be surprised if you see at least half of the room just stopping at the very first set, maybe even more, as we see Yasn pulling a shroom straight into first place. A
And it
very
looks like
nice
Yasn's gonna keep doing her job of just sitting in the front for Team Luxembourg and just hold down the fort. And she's extremely good at that, so why not?
Yeah, but on Cheeseland,
I mean, you need at least one person going forward on this
of
track.
course, well, of
Who's
course.
who's gonna pull the shock if everyone's bagging? Can't be
Hmm.
doing that.
Yeah, and even if you do pull a shock and say the other team uses a shock first, then simply put, you're kind of screwed.
Pretty much. You're just gonna have to try to dodge the other person's shock, and good luck doing that when there's 3 different shock spots on this track.
Yeah, Ewan is sitting pretty in first place. The blue shell, though, got some shenanigans and a shock, even more so there. Top 2 right now for Team Luxembourg, but this blue shell going to make swift work of Karibo, I think that was there.
There is a bunch of Luxembourg coming up, and this red shell can just take out Disco in a second. There we go. Get him out of here.
Disco, I think, is Aito
Mm.
this war. Shout out to Aito. I don't think we're swapping much to his stream. I've seen a few people asking in the chat for A, possible frame drop, and B, I don't think Aito's actually running audio on his stream. So, bomb snipe not gonna connect. Another
Shrooming
stream.
up,
Oh
interesting.
no!
Does flop up a little bit, but that's not the end of the world. There is her team all around her to take her spot, and she's able to get a low place box.
This
Hopefully,
isn't
pulling
bad.
curse
Oh,
plan pull. Okay,
I mean,
but
hey,
you do take that shroom behind it though.
well, yeah, this last set is super important for Yasn. We do see a member of Scotland being taken out. A double shroom.
She is getting redded, but the cheese and the and the cut is able to block it. Thankfully, keeping her spot in third place.
It's going to be a 145 H912 for Team Scotland.
And that's
Pretty
something you
even
take.
race.
That's pretty good for Scotland considering this is their counter pick.
Hmm.
Um, they were getting
Yeah.
counter picked on this track, and they're just hoping to at least keep first, and that's what they did, and that's very good on them for doing that.
Yeah, not. I think we all know this. It's not easy to keep first on Cheeseland, or not even just first. It's hard to keep
To
top
get
spots in
first,
general. Yeah,
and
and
100%.
so yeah, good job for Scotland for keeping some of those top spots. Now, are we going back to Sherbetland? I think we are. Whoa.
Oh, I respect the big. I see the big blue. Don't try to. Do not try to hide that big blue pick from me. I am so
Okay.
down to go big blue.
Now, shout out to Aito, whose stream was a good 3 or 4 races back. So I don't know if his net is just, I don't know, but we move. It's gonna be Sherbetland. Team Luxembourg
Interesting.
finally gonna get their track pick here.
Able to really carry the momentum from last race. Yeah, it wasn't the best race for Luxembourg, but it was better than the race before that, and that's the only thing you need to think about. It's better than the last race. Okay, let's keep this going then.
Mm, yeah.
And here we go,
No.
starting third. Oh, the burnout. Not too bad because this track is very easy to catch up on with this amount of snow and very ice physics that just gets negated by mushrooms and
Yes.
just like stars and bills. Very easy to catch up on this track.
As an option to go in the alternate path, but I would imagine to take coins. But Yoshi thinks
That
otherwise.
scoundrel just taking coins from her, completely negating what she's doing at all.
Yeah. Now look at the mini map. We see that Luigi being Callum very, very far back. Is that also that's a different Callum? There are two Callums for
Yeah,
Team
Callum
Scotland.
and Callum 19.
Yes. Do you think that Team Scotland are deliberately going for shock here,
Oh,
or is that a disconnect?
100%. So when you have a lead in this game, you want to make sure nothing prevents that from like happening. You know, you want to make sure your top spots keep your top spots. And there's
Mhm.
only two items that can do that: the blue and the shock. The blue is a random like item. You can't really go for the blue. Um, However, you can go for the shock.
Yes.
And just designating one person on your team. Oh my. Oh, speaking of the shock, the lucky
I
ninth place
mean,
bull.
fifth place right now, and that is definitely Ewan in first. We just see Ewan pull a bomber and take out a member of Luxembourg in
This
second.
is
This is
huge.
actually insane. A shock in fifth, and there it goes. Everyone dodging at the back of the pack. Not so much around Yasn. A Shroom in
You're
fourth.
shocking Scotland right after boxes. That's
Yeah,
the play right there. And Yasin's up in first with a shroom right now, or fighting for first at the very least.
I
That was
would
a
not
very,
expect.
very good shock.
Yeah, would not expect anything different using a shock in fifth. It's pretty busted. This red
Oh,
shell as well,
very interesting
fighting with
play.
Ewan right now. And is that going to be it?
Get
That
him
is.
out of here. And the horn.
Oh,
Oh, she is sitting pretty up in first right now.
oh, but not if she messes up her driving. That's
Oh,
catastrophic
the
for
bottom path.
Yasn. Sam is luckily gonna have her back. Good trail, damage mitigation to hit Yoshi. Still a respectable race from Team Luxembourg. 1, 3, 5, 6, 8, 10. But
Could have been a
that
lot
driving
better if
error, yeah,
Luxembourg.
that would have been a top two free.
But one thing I do have to say, the bottom path on Sherbetland is honestly pretty hard to do. If you don't know how to do it exactly, you're gonna mess it up because of how the
Yeah,
water
water
physics are.
physics. Yeah, I
So
imagine that
I
water
mean,
is pretty cold, so it would make
so if
your
you're looking for
fingers very
driving
numb.
tips, just go on my man JP Givener's YouTube. Uh, you got some driving tips, some item tips, all of that. If you're looking to get competitive in this game and hopefully get on the World Cup next year, you know.
Shout out to your boy JP Givener. Not casting Team Canada this time though. Scotland, still holding the lead after that race, but Luxembourg slowly but surely closing the gap. We are now past the halfway point. Still plenty of time for Team Luxembourg to catch up here as they opt to go for Dolphin Shoals to complement their front to middle spots. But Team Scotland gonna get Animal
Animal
Crossing
Crossing.
Dwarf, also known as just Animal
Oh,
Crossing, and
Callum did DC
Callum did
last
GC.
race. I wonder if he DC'd because he was bagging or if he DC'd before. I
Who knows?
wonder.
Who knows?
Who really knows? But another very shock prevalent track, Animal Crossing. Very easy to keep first on, but it's also, the shock exists.
Yeah, but it must be said, on winter, if it's not winter, it's a little bit more difficult to catch up and bag on, because as going back to what you said with Sherbetland, it's easy to catch up because of the shortcuts and because of that snow physics,
The
which
snow
on
physics is
winter,
huge.
yeah, on winter, well, Animal Crossing, it's the exact same thing, but it's not going to pick winter. We have, I think it was either spring or summer, dude. I can't remember. It's spring.
It's
We
spring.
see the cherry
You
blossom.
see the pink. Come on. Honestly, what's different about spring from the other version of this track? There's a lot more ramps, and
Yes.
that messes up a lot of people's lines because when
It
you TT this track, you don't play on spring. You play on summer, and
can.
there's not as many ramps as there are on spring, which is very interesting to see how well you can adapt online just on the fly like that.
Yeah, Team Scotland, they were holding top three as Yasn decides to shroom up, but again, these
Oh,
driving errors, these really are costing Yasn, and as a result, it's costing her team. That's now a top four as Aito shifts into fourth place. Good
oh,
pull.
very good back on by Team Scotland right there, and
Yeah,
just keeping back Yazin, who has been the main person who's just been taking out these Scotland members. So just getting rid of the problem early while she can't catch up. And
blue shell.
oh, very interesting to see how Luxembourg just slowed down there to hit one of her teammates.
Oh, was that actually Luxembourg? Well, I was not aware of that. That sucks. But yeah, a lot of Scotland still holding down these top spots. So if
Not
not
really
too many,
doing
oh no,
anything.
no
Does
box
not get a
either.
box. Plants right in front of her, not able
Do
to
see
push her.
Sam taking cut and getting third, but I don't think Team Luxembourg got much else. If I'm being honest, it's going to be a not even third. It's going to be a top three,
Three
but
for Scotland.
only 9,
This
10, 11 for Team Scotland.
Yeah, that was a very close race, I guess. But other than the top three, like that's unfortunate
Well,
for
yeah.
Team Luxembourg.
Yeah, top three is always guaranteed a winning race. I would imagine that's going to be around a plus 10 or so for Team
Mhm.
Scotland. And in fact, I'm exactly right. Plus 10 for Team Scotland on race number 7, extending their lead by up to 38 points now. 5 races to go. 38 points is most certainly comebackable,
Doable.
so
It's
to say.
doable.
It is.
They just need to get their momentum back because they're not getting first. Scotland's just keeping first every single race, and that's very important. You're gonna
Yeah, and
have to get first.
that is for the most part coming down to Ewan. As I said before this match started, we were expecting Ewan to be dominating these top spots, and that is exactly what has happened. So if Scotland are getting first close to every single race, as it ironically actually picks Ewan here, like we just see Ewan's score right now she's sitting on 92 after 7. That's kind of absurd. And if you're Team Luxembourg, you've got to do something about that. You have to focus Ewan if possible.
Yeah, letting one person is very good at this game and driving at this game get into first is one of the worst things you can do because they are comfortable sitting in first. They know
Mhm.
how to handle first, and doing that allows you to like pretty much carry momentum in this game.
Yep.
So all Scotland really has to do is make sure, Eon is in first, and that's all they need to do. Just support him while he's in first, and that's exactly what they're doing right now with his 92 after 8, I believe. And we see Yasn back here, not able to really do much in the back. Mew City is really hard to catch up on. Um, there's not that many
Mhm.
shortcut. The only shortcut in this game or in this track is able to be done without any items.
Well, there is that one shortcut before the final turn,
That's
the
true.
miss,
But
which admittedly does not save too much time, and it can be kind of tight that corner, especially if someone has triple items. We're seeing, I would, it looks like a lot of Scotland at the front again, as Callum does get taken out. So Sam is going to be shifting up to third place. Lots of bumps going on. Uh, I think that's Team Luxembourg with that boomerang as well. So perhaps I think it might actually only be top two right now for Scotland, and everything else is being held by Team Luxembourg right now.
and we do see the Luigi back there, so that is Team Scotland at last there. Wondering to know if he's trying to pull shock at all, or if he's just chilling with his 12th place items back there. But Luxembourg is very good with these like higher middle spots.
Yeah. 3, 4, 5, 7 as Aito moves into sixth place. Shroom in a red. Yeah, I think it's wise not to take the cut there. It's mainly your teammates around. Late blue
But the
shell.
blue shell,
That is going
last
to connect,
second,
I think.
that is 100% going to connect. And we'll see if Yasin's able to red anyone, but no.
No. Ewan had too much of a lead, still keeping that first place. It's going to be a top two for Scotland, but I don't think much. Oh, make
Top
that a top
three.
three. Never mind. Another guaranteed winning race, and more so, top three, 7, 8, and I think the last spot was 12. So yeah, Scotland, they are slowly but surely extending their lead, which even if you're not winning these races by much, that is perfectly fine because you have the upper hand, and not only are you making it more difficult for Luxembourg to come back by, well, increasing the differential, but
Yeah.
but more importantly, you're giving Team Luxembourg less chance to do so because now there's not as many races to come back. Only 4 races left, as I do believe Ewan has already passed 100 points after 8, which is kind of nutty.
Yeah, with Scotland up 54 right now after race 8, which is going to be a hefty comeback for Luxembourg for this GP left in the war. And you just have to wonder what they have up their sleeve to make this comeback possible. And we do go to Twisted Mansion, one of the easier tracks to overtake first on, just because of this beginning shortcut with how
Yeah.
easy it is to get a mushroom in the back here.
Yeah, I like this track pick a lot from Team Luxembourg. They have all the middle spots and some. And Yasn again, is that like the third consecutive race? Yasn has burnt out now. It's
Yeah.
close to it. I think she's going to be kicking herself a little bit, but you know, on a track like Twisted Mansion, it's not the end of the world. We do see Cerberus back here in 11th with Yasn, which does kind of suck because you're pretty much allowing Scotland to just run away, and Sam as well. So that's going to be an early bottom 3 at least for Team Luxembourg. So we'll
But
have to see if it's shock it
the
comes into
good
play
thing
there.
about this track is it's easy to get coins on, so you're able to just catch up just like that as long as you have shrooms to take shortcuts with, especially with this ending cut and the beginning cut on each lap. You know,
Mhm.
this grass cut, you just take 2 shrooms, very easy to, or even just one if you want to do it like that.
Cool, that retro.
But not over for Team Luxembourg, not just yet. There's a lot of Scotland back here too.
Mhm.
So it's not a complete blowout like a top 4 breakaway or anything. So we'll
Yeah,
just have to
nice.
see what unfolds in front
And
of
yeah,
us.
oh, huge bomb goes off, taking out a lot of people. And more importantly, we did see Ewan get taken out as well. We're not entirely sure who that is in first place right now.
I wouldn't
Kimiba
be
is holding a star
surprised.
in second.
Oh, very
That's
good
kind of
pull.
insane.
He decides to use it now to get rid of this blueprint and just catch up to first. Wonder.
Mm,
Oh, it's not Yuan in first right there.
no.
He's fourth right here. And
So there's no shock right now for Team Luxembourg because
mm,
Kimibo did enter his star. Sam is holding a ghost. There are a few of Team Scotland back. Makes you wonder if a shock is going to come around the glider section. And
oh,
that
Yuan is
horn.
able to get into first with Disco supporting him with the horn, very huge horn.
Yeah, Aito's horn was absolutely huge there. Took out a good 2, maybe 3 of Team Luxembourg there. And this final item set is going to be super important. A
Just the
single green
green
in 6th. That is a stinky pull, if I were to say so myself. Good
and
God. And
all the
yeah.
players are just avoiding the way. This doesn't look too bad for Team Luxembourg though.
Yeah, who was that in first, though? That is Ewan in first. 2, 3, 4, 5, however, for Team Luxembourg. This could be the start of the comeback.
Yeah, but Luxembourg has to do this now.
Well, yeah.
We're getting to the third to last race, and you have a whole 50-point deficit to really overcome, and that's not easy to do. That's not easy to build up your mental game to do.
Mhm.
So they have to do it now
I mean, hey,
before it starts getting we
yeah.
have to pull out all the Hail Marys.
So that was a +8 for Team Luxembourg, which, well, let's say it's something, right? They have 46 points to make up in 3 races. Well, 48 if they want to win here. So, yeah. And
But
as I
hey,
said,
a top 6 is +40. It's
it
still
is.
possible.
And as I said before this match, it's only the top 2 teams make it out of this play-in stage to the group stage. So going down 1-1 after 2 matches, hey, it's not terrible. But if you want to finish in the top 2, then it does put a spanner in the works. So
SA very easy to keep first on SA, and that's what Scotland's hoping to do with just you on it first. Just keep first, bro. Like we'll support you.
I
Just
mean,
do your
yeah,
job.
I really like this pick from Team Scotland because if Ewan can keep first and the rest of his team in, say, like 6, 7, 8 can pull a shroom and take the cut right here, this could work out in Scotland's favor very heavily.
And we do see Yuan still in first, showing how easy it is to keep first on this track. But there's a lot of Team Luxembourg in 2, 3, 4, 5. That's huge because just having presence behind a first place, with first place is getting greens and coins and bananas. Well, second place and third place is getting reds. That's going to be a threat. No matter how good you may be in first, it's extremely hard to avoid getting redded out of second.
Don't count a bomb out though from you, and we do
That's
know
true.
it's unlikely. I do believe the odds are something close to 5% pulling a bomb in first, but you can do it, and bombs in first that can be absolutely devastating. In examples like this, especially with Team Luxembourg holding down 2, 3, 4, 5 right now.
Very good. Yuan's still in first place though, and they're not able to do too much. I mean, if I'm Luxembourg, I'm stopping at a second to make sure I like triple red him, double red him, even 4 times red. Like, come on, you got to do something to get this man out of first because you can't be wrong. There is the bomb, but he does avoid that, thankfully.
And Yasn could not avoid that. Green did not react in time, and she's going to get comboed as well, courtesy of Aito. Aito says, thank you very much. My piranha plant will be very grateful. Ewan still holding down first place. This is absolutely huge. Ewan does get redded. The blue shell now coming into play, possibly being held by Scotland.
But Rosalina, it looks like the Rosalina is in first. Yeah,
that's not good right now.
That is not good at all. Luxembourg needed to get first this race in order to have a chance of coming back. But it's looking...
we don't know what happened with Ewan. We know Ewan did get taken out, but after that blue shell, Team Scotland may have still got a few top spots. We'll have to see. And yes, they did. Top 3, 7, 8, 10. I hate to say it, Pyrus, but I'm starting to think that's all she wrote.
I'm fully with you on that. I think it's a bit too late to do anything right now. But it is possible to 2 top 4 to 2 top 6. I'm sorry, that could still do it. The plus 80.
I mean, hey. Technically 2 top 4s as well if you get top 4, 6, 7 both races, but that's kind of stretching it a bit.
It's not impossible. It is not impossible, but it is improbable.
Very much so. 66 points is the differential between
all right,
teams.
We go big blue. You top 6 on big blue. You need the clutch factor. That track has a clutch factor that no one knows about.
I don't know if I like this track pick from Team Luxembourg. It's pretty hard to get a gigantic race like a top 6 on RMC.
Just because it's so easy to catch up, like it's so easy to get shrooms in a star, and it's so easy to dodge other people on accident on this.
Not only that, but it can actually be fairly easy to front run as well if there is no shock.
That is 100% right. Yeah,
this race is going to be very dependent on A, if there is a shock, and B, who pulls it. Because if Team Luxembourg don't get it and Team Scotland do, then it's over.
Yeah, they need Yuan to not be able to be in first and hold it down. So interesting to see that Luxembourg is deciding to send 3 of their members up front because they need to rely on the shock. But Yasn does take first very, very easily.
And that's critical because Team Luxembourg, they have to push to the front as quickly as possible. Obviously, there are chances of blue shells and these greens as well, which are just gonna miss Yasn, gonna shave her hair just slightly. That is Scotland in second as the fire is proof.
And we see Scotland just be able to just drive up into first after those fireballs, and that's not what you want to see with your Luxembourg at all. You need to worry about getting these top spots. Just get them out of here. Oh, just like that.
No defense by Yoshi from Team Scotland, and just like that, Yasn is back in the front. Those Rosalinas at the back, though, would suggest there's a few bottom spots for Team Luxembourg, which isn't too good for them unless there is a shock being held by last place, which I don't think there are because I think they're moving like too quickly.
Yeah, I mean that maybe, I don't know. I'm trying to decipher if that Rosalina has shock, but I don't think so.
I don't think so. And if they pull it like now at that set, they're just gone. It's this
The
first place is
bomb.
pretty big. That bomb's not going to connect, as that Wario is going to be taking the cut. Oh no!
Oh, that's so
Reese,
unfortunate.
you dirty, dirty man. Reese is going to steal those 15 points. 1, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11. That's a decent race from Luxembourg, but
But that's
it's
not
not
enough.
enough. It's not enough. In fact, to be honest, it's not even close to enough. That's a pretty even race, I actually want to say. Yeah, it's only a +4 for Team Luxembourg. And now with them being down by 62, it is now officially over. Scotland have won
Congrats.
this war, and they are finding themselves 2-0 after not two races, 2 wars.
Very good for Team Scotland. Very, very nice win. Yuan very, very prevalent in these top spots and just able to keep chaining first. And there's not much you can do if you're Luxembourg and you're not able to, hit those people out of first. But very good for Team Luxembourg for even, coming out and playing. It was a great war. You just have to say GG's and move on to the next.
Alrighty.
I do respect the Big Blue last race pick, though. I do
Dude, you
respect
are
that.
a fan of Big Blue. And I mean, look,
I am.
I feel like
It's underrated.
I feel like it's
It's
only natural you being a part of XI and all, but and
I
and hey,
trust me. I was the one to start that meta. I'm the original creator of
I
the
mean,
XI
yeah,
Big Blue.
hey, bro, I feel like we should just like shake hands right now because I'm part of Team Soul and we love that. So.
Okay, then. Well, I'm glad to know that I'm casting with such a brilliant-minded individual.
All right, so Team Luxembourg, I mean, they are going to get their track pick for race number 12 because I know they like to play this track as well.
This track is nice and fun, nice and breezy. Just a beach track.
Yeah, nice vibes. Very
Nice vibes. Better vibes than Peach Beach from Mario Kart Wii, honestly. Much better vibes. Especially from Mario Kart DS. Mario Kart DS is such a nostalgic game for me. So I like that this track is back for Mario Kart 8. And being picked right now by Team Luxembourg, very good.
It's actually quite easy to front run this track, bar no blue shell or no shark.
Oh,
Which,
very easy.
saying that, that's pretty unlikely.
Even with the blue, I think it's really easy because you're always going to have a shroom. I think it's very easy to pull shrooms here because of this one cut right here. It just saves a lot of time because it's underwater, and the alternate path is you have to go wide kind of towards it.
Ooh, boomerang coming in from Aito. I think it's safe to believe that is top 3 right now for Team Scotland. So where did Aito go? That's where he went.
Slowing down for the boomerang pull. Come on. Yuan is back here though. Not surprised.
Well, you say back here. I think he's currently in 4th right now.
I mean, the 4th place is back here for him.
For Yuan, yeah. They're in top 4. Those greens that did connect with someone that actually connected with Yuan as soon as we were talking about him. So sorry, man. Commentator's curse. But
take one for the team. You've been in first for the entire war. Come on.
Yeah, dude. Come on. Give other people a chance to play the game. Okay, I think that's going to be a top 3 for Scotland. Good job. Nice way to end it out.
Top
3, 9, 10,
Did
11.
not make it easy for Luxembourg.
Top 3, 9, 10, 11. They've actually gotten that before. They got that on, was it Sunshine Airport, I think?
Yes, Sunshine.
It was not Sunshine. That was top 3, 7, 8, 10.
Oh.
It was Animal Crossing, top 3, 9, 10, 11. Just some interesting facts for you there. For
140 from Yuan.
Yeah, that's pretty insane. Not only that, but 4 100s as well.
Even
Very
from
inflated
Yasn.
scores. Yeah.
Yasn did a very good job on trying to infiltrate these top spots from Team Scotland, but
I mean, yeah, there's only so much you can do. Team Scotland did just have the better front presence that war as a whole, and most of that is courtesy of Ewan, of course. But yeah, I think both teams did play well. It's just Team Scotland had the upper edge here.
Yeah, congrats to Team Scotland for winning another war. This group draw.
They're looking good now, 2-0.
Yeah, hey, you don't complain about that. This is first day of playing. Spirits are already high. Not much you can really complain about. you just have to look towards next match and see what you can do even better this time around. You know.
Indeed, and their next match will be in an hour against Central America. I don't think that will be casted. Might need confirmation on that. Pretty sure it won't. But anyway, we should probably end this quick because I actually have to shoot off over to Endgame TV so I can cast the next match, which I believe is Team Wales versus Team Guatemala. That would be fun. So,
Ooh.
Pyrus, my man, thank you very much for casting with me. It's
Of
been a pleasure.
course, man. I hope you have good luck in your next cast and more Mario Kart to come. You know.
Indeed, well said. And so, everyone as well watching and tuning in, thank you very much for sticking around. We will see you on the flip side. Catch you later. Peace.
Later, guys.